mother said you gave her the best bangers and mash she has ever experienced.
Elden Ring, 3.5 out of 10. Maybe maybe have some ways to resolve conflict without fighting in a game for once. That's right.
Happy 15 months of Twitch brain rot to me.
Maybe it's worth 2 watches, but not 200. I don't even fucking know. I don't know anything.
Come back to New Jersey, Pogu.
This would mean he saw an average of 8 per day since release and likely spent 3 to 4K in movie tickets, not including snacks. This would mean he saw an average of 8 per day since release. That is disgusting. That's actually disgusting. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Texas banning trans people and the like gay bill in Florida. Dude,
astonished face.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to all that. This is not gonna be a Ukraine only day. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're not even gonna talk about that much Ukraine stuff because hey, guess what? I know that like a lot of people are like, Hasan, you're wrong. Hasan, you're right. You should have never conceded. Hasan, you're wrong. But I'm still gonna be mad at you, even though you fucking said Russia has brought in troops into Donbass. Nothing is going on.
"25 glorious months with my himbo in."
Like literally, nothing is going on. Also, I heard. Okay, so let's talk about Elden Ring still. This doesn't mean Putin is good, Putin bad, whatever the fuck. Okay, Putin is not a good person. He's a bad person. Anyway, From Software is insane. Their pedigree is insane. I'm not like a big there's this weird thing that we do now where I guess we've always done this, but like this thing that frustrates me is like we love pointing at like review like Metacritic, the aggregate score of a game or whatever to be like, oh, it's so good. Like, who cares? Like, I don't understand. I love From Software. I think Miyazaki's a fucking genius. I think he has made incredible fucking games. He has yet to miss, okay, except for Dark Souls 2, I think, even though it got a 91. At least when I played Dark Souls 2, it was like, eh. Whereas Dark Souls 3 is better.
Worst meta since I started subbing after Jan 6th.
Well, Dark Souls 2 wasn't... I don't know. Listen. He wasn't director for Dark Souls 2. It doesn't matter. From Software in general is fucking awesome, okay? From Software is awesome. It's great. I could never get into Dark Souls before. Do you think I could still try Elden Ring? I mainly don't like them because I get scared easily. What the fuck? I mean, the beautiful part about From Software games is that it's the only game that makes you feel like you've accomplished something akin to a multiplayer game without actually playing a multiplayer game.
All are well. Keep crushing it.
Because like,
and I love
when you play single player games, the challenge is adjustable. The difficulty is adjustable. And
to motherfucking yill.
So for people that suck at games, wait, what? It's just incredibly it is an incredibly rewarding single player game, and there's also some multiplayer components that are awesome too. Regardless, though, yeah, and the NGO fan Nazi furry outed as Portland shooter by Twitter and furries. I know. We will get to that as well. I don't even have a problem with adjustable difficulty. I do feel like it would ruin From Software games, though, for some weird reason. It's just like an incredibly get into the news already, you hairy fuck. Bro, I cover fucking politics 6 to 8 hours every fucking day, okay? The first 24 minutes, like, I'm just shooting the shit with the chat. Can you fucking calm down? Can you? Is it okay?
As high.
Anyway, this is what I saw. If you plan on playing Elden Ring, here's a big tip. Have a journal, or my version, a text edit file. You can put markers on the map, but there's no quest log or NPC appendix, and you'll find it very helpful to keep track of what's where and who wants what. Trust me, a quest log would make this a far worse experience. One of the reasons Elden Ring is so special is that it doesn't feel like so many other open world checklist games. Quests and NPCs weave in and out as you play. They're opaque and surprising and brilliant. Based on the reactions to this, I think a lot of people are misunderstanding the nature of Elden Ring's quest. This isn't like, say, Horizon, where you're constantly being bombarded with tasks. Quests in this game are subtle and rare, more like puzzles than errands.
Obligatory ask for a reading list.
So you're telling me I have to play this game with either a notepad or my laptop next to me because the developers want to be cute and taking out a basic function? Don't have time for that and will not be buying this. Sorry. There is 0% chance this person has ever played a From Software game. If this is the attitude that he has, considering that, like, when the fuck has a From Software game ever had like a like functioning quest line with, like, you know, it's literally always like an NPC fucking being like, hey, darkness one, you need to take out the Tesseract from the Benelith underworld. And it's like, you're like, I don't even know what any of those words mean. I just got launched into this planet, and you're calling me a traveler or the Ashen One, and you're saying these other words that kind of sound English, but I don't even know what the fuck it is. Like, is it this English language that you're saying? It's like, and yeah, you must rekindle thy flame in the Tesseract fire. And it's like, okay, I guess I will go through this portal now, and I will kill everything that I see in this portal, and I will die a million times over, and then eventually I will figure out, once I unlock a fucking shortcut, I will be able to run away from the enemies all the way to the boss and try to kill the boss over and over again, and then die over and over again. And it's going to be really fucking cool. It's going to look really fucking cool. It's going to frustrate the shit out of me. And I'm going to learn the lore along the way by reading items. Okay? Like, that's it. There's no like, oh, there's a fetch quest. Please go get 3 different berries so I can make a meal for you, Ashen One. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Do you ever play games like Total War? I'd like to see how you would run a kingdom / handle war tactics.
Thank you for the apology. It devastates me that you will not be purchasing the video game I like. Jason Schreier.
17 months
Schreier's fucking funny, dude. No, you aren't. You're gonna watch Vati. First of all, I didn't watch Vati when I first played Bloodborne, so I did read all the items when I first played Bloodborne. I didn't know Vati Vidya existed back
9
then.
months of the broadcast saving me from my workday. Big ups, Big Haz.
I think the game has gained so much hype that it reached normies that never played Dark Souls and don't know the franchise. So what's really interesting about it, what's really interesting about Elden Ring is, yes, I think it's like reaching maximum fucking hype now. And this is literally news. This isn't just like fucking, oh my God, this is gaming, whatever. This is news. So shut the fuck up. We're going to talk about Ukraine in a second. You played it for like 30 minutes? No, I didn't. I played Bloodborne before I started streaming, chat.
Trump.
I'm baffled that this tweet is controversial in any way. When people actually play Elden Ring, they will not be thinking, wow, this needs a quest log. They will be thinking, wow, it'd be fun to keep track of these weird things I'm discovering. Like a quest log would. I couldn't care less about this game, but that seems bizarrely semantic. What is happening? Why are people like, hey, you, I've never played this game before, but I don't intend on playing this game, but I'm going to get mad at you. What is happening right now?
Beans, can of corn, 2 loaf
Hey
of
guys,
bread, bag of shredded cheese, paper plates, cat litter, Oreo double stuffed bag, half-gallon of milk.
I love going on message boards and complaining about games I've never played.
A zucchini.
What the fuck is happening, dude? Gamers like hating games that are popular or hyped up, but these guys aren't gamers. Like, they just have never played a From Software game. From Software games are literally games made for capital G gamers, okay? I've never once wrote down notes for Elden Ring. That's just Jason playing the game like a classic D&D adventure, which was his preference and can be a lot of fun, but they also need to stop overreacting and thinking they need a moleskin notebook. People keep forgetting that Dark Souls and Elden Ring are heavily inspired by Dungeons and Dragons and are deliberate attempts to recreate that sense of adventure and self-determination in the most tactile, realistic sense. What? It doesn't matter if I have to keep a journal word file. That's period. There's no polishing that turd. That's bad. It's not like the other games. What are you talking about? You think keeping a Word document is fun? You can't be serious. This is copium. Wait, what are you saying? No, you don't have to do any of that, man. That's what Jason said he did. Have you ever played any of the other games? You've never. I've just described how the From Software games operate. You've never ever had to fucking. Yo. What the fuck is going on, dude? How many e-girls are gonna sell personalized Elden Ring journals on Etsy?
Can we put a time limit on the Ukraine stun like today, Arjan?
Guys, this is like, I've talked about this before. Someone in the chat also pointed this out, okay? From Software games, with the exception, I guess, of Sekiro,
freeloading Prime
have
LFG.
What is called, what is it like, is it show, don't tell storytelling? Where it's like, the games have historically always demanded you seek out the story. The game literally does not tell you what the story is. Show, don't tell, or whatever the fuck it's called. But you have to seek out the story. You have to dig the story yourself. The game is brilliant and incredible, even if you don't understand the story, because the combat mechanics are unmatched, unparalleled. There's nothing that is as responsive that I've ever played, with the exception of Dark Souls 2. There's nothing I've ever played that is as responsive and as fucking like as hard hitting as From Software games. Now that person is saying, we're not talking about the story, we're talking about what to do. You've never had a quest line. You've never had a quest line in any of the From Software games. I already described it to you. You literally fucking there's an intro scene And then you wake up and basically they're like, Ashen One, you know, shove the Tesseract in your asshole. Okay, that's it. That's what the fucking NPC says to you. And then that's what you're doing. They weren't open world. I mean, they are, though. They are. I've had this argument before. What is it called? What's the term? What's the proper, appropriate term for the type of game it is? It's not fully open world, but it's like a open loop, like an open circuit. They're semi-open. Metroidvania, exactly, or instanced, wide linear, whatever. But they're technically not. They're technically not like sequential and linear in the way that most like single player games are. Okay? But the way that you can, I mean, you can literally go, I did order the second controller, by the way. I ordered a second and third controller last night, literally after I ended the stream. I was like, I need a second controller, I need a third controller. If I break my PlayStation 5 controller, like, I don't want to fuck this up. So, anyway, but like all the other games have always had that, where clearly there are certain parts of the map that are blocked off, right? But so has Grand Theft Auto done that. Grand Theft Auto has done that as well. Up until like the last one, you couldn't go everywhere on the fucking map. There were bridges that shut off that you needed to unlock in the game. Okay? And it's the same fucking concept as Dark Souls, with different universes that you can travel to and play in whichever sequence you want to. And that's it. So, people complaining about this are very strange, because it seems like you've never played the game before. This is true for every From Software game except maybe Sekiro to some extent. If you don't play them, I can see this being a deal breaker, but not for veterans. For what it's worth, the one review I've seen from a big Souls head says it's their best work yet. The thing that made me fall in love with this game, besides world design, combat, the incredibly satisfying feeling of solving something, etc., was that there's some of the few contemporary games that aren't watering things down so they can appeal to the broadest consumer base. Yeah. Felix with a brilliant take on this. It is strange though that people, I guess it is because like it reached a really large audience, which is good, because like I want them to be Souls gatekeepers are cringe as fuck. I mean, I want the game to reach a broad audience and have other people also experience the wonderful game. But can you customize your horse's hair like in Red Dead? I don't know if you can customize your horse's hair, but Dark Souls character creation is pretty fucking pretty aggressive. You can customize a lot of stuff.
Hi, chat has high.
Also, Dark Souls does have annoying people in its fan base, for sure. They do. They have a lot of annoying, like, people that don't want anyone to fucking join in on the fun. I think what Felix is saying here is that, like, they don't try to make the Marvel Cinematic Universe of video games, and that's okay. Dark Souls also reminds me of, like, old school games. You know, it took 6 years to fucking make a new one, but goddamn, when it came out, it was like, it was incredible, you know? And we don't do that. It's all fucking DLC bullshit. It's all copy-pasted Assassin's Creed model bullshit. Every fucking video game franchise that has, like, struck gold with good IP will turn around and turn it into FIFA. Okay? Every major developer now does EA Sports. It's all EA. It's exactly like the way EA Sports used to operate. Every developer does that now. At the very least, like Dark Souls puts a fucking, or From Software puts a lot of effort into its new games. Now people might say, oh, it's the same, dude. You're talking about the same thing. But like, you don't play a From Software game and think like, damn, this is exactly like the past one. And it sucks. Why don't they like change this up a little bit? Okay. You say, wow, everything I love about the previous game is exactly the same. And there's some cool new shit in this one on top of that. Those of us who have been here since the beginning get annoyed at how others summarize the game and why it's good. There's not, you can't really do anything. You can't really do anything other than just like expect people to get upset and then tell them to suck the fuck up. Just read this. My review for Elden Ring will be coming later this week. This is because PC performance was so poor that partly through my review I had to switch to a PS5 version of the game. And I have a 3080 with a 32 gig RAM. So expect a report on performance of both versions of the game. The game is absolutely massive, both to its benefit and detriment. When Miyazaki said this was developed alongside Sekiro, I completely believe that. And when you get to play it, you quickly understand how it impacted Elden Ring overall. In response to people QRTing, here are my thoughts about performance. If the game crashes or freezes, that's not great. If the game stutters and drops frames in a very frame-reliant game, especially concerning combat, that's not good. Especially a full-price game. Wait for a patch. You're okay with these issues, that's cool. I don't need people being weird about how I personally feel about freezing, crashing, etc. I've never seen a person in the wild who says a From Software game is bad. Anyone who says From Software games is bad is not a serious person. No, the only people that say From Software games is bad are people who are like, they're too difficult for me and I don't like it. And that's fine. It's not for everyone. But every single person that has like tried hard, I mean, dude, every From Software game I've ever played, I literally quit. I quit Sekiro for a year, okay? I quit Sekiro for a fucking year. You guys remember this. I quit Nameless King for a fucking year and then came back and finally killed him. So, like, it's just a really sweaty game, but it's fucking awesome. And it makes you feel incredibly accomplished. And for people who are saying like, oh, this is not a niche game, it is a fucking niche game. In comparison to other AAA titles, as Gene points out here, he said something about Horizon, right?
The quality content hassle.
Probably the clearest way to differentiate open world of Elden Ring, the games like Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon. Latter games are all part of the Rockstar Grand Theft Auto 3 lineage of design, map markers, checklist, GPS. Elden Ring is a big-ass Dark Souls. Where was it? Hold on. He said something along the lines of like... don't cry too many tears for Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Zero Dawn took 5 years to sell 20 million. Which is almost as much as the entire Dark Souls trilogy. Horizon sold just fine in 2017 and will be okay. What sucks for Horizon is that they keep making fucking games and releasing it right before like literally one of the greatest games of all time. Wasn't the past Horizon like right around when Zelda came out? That's insane. Like, Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest games ever created. Okay? In my opinion, like, as someone who was very expressly anti-baby games, Breath of the Wild was one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. And I believe that, like, 100%. It's fucking one of the top games of all time. Sucks that Horizon came out right before that, which it was a great game, regardless. And now it's coming out before Elden Ring, which many people are saying is the best, like one of the best video games of all time.
Mad, I missed the gaming streams.
No Zelda game is a baby game. Every Zelda game is a baby game. Get the fuck out of here. So,
hello chat, you're looking cute today.
Breath of the Wild and Horizon 1 dropped the same week. It's a miracle it didn't get completely overshadowed. Well, the point I was trying to make here is that, like, you know, Horizon is for everyone. in comparison to Dark Souls, which is not for everyone. Do you understand? Horizon is for everyone. From Software games are not for everyone. I think Sekiro was like the highest grossing From Software game when it came out, right? Like, and obviously now it's probably gonna be Elden Ring now. It's just like it's growing its fan base slowly but surely.
Anyway.
Skyrim is better though. Just bought my 50th copy. Dark Souls is for mentally ill people only. I mean, it's true. Sekiro looks nicer, which makes a difference to a lot of people, me included. I think Sekiro's lore and Sekiro's like background was also more accessible to a broader audience because everybody likes cool ninja, you know, samurai shit. Whereas like Dark Souls, it seems kind of weird. It's like, what is it? Fucking medieval? Is it anime? What the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? Weird. Like it is the IP that Dark Souls sits on top of, or From Software games sit on top of, are like different than, like, it's not pirates, you know what I mean? It's almost like its own fucking thing. And that's probably one of the reasons why it's like less accessible. Gothic shit is less accessible to a broader audience overall. Because it's not like, it's like Gothic, but it's not fucking elves and orcs and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like medieval stuff in and of itself is often interesting to... It's not even just Gothic. I don't know how else to describe it. It was influenced by the Berserk manga. Yeah, I know.
Entertainment and education while I work from home. Thanks, Hasan. Less than 3.
Sekiro also had a very clear story, and Dark Souls just drops you in with a weapon to fight giants. Exactly. Anyway, let's get started on the new stuff though. Here, I'm fucking. I'll tweet out that I'm live. Then jumping in. Is Ukraine invaded? What are the steps? Greg Abbott. Trans bill.
Hassle.
Okay, Schrodinger's Ukraine. Would you say you're an open world fantasy player or a retro style gamer? I don't know what the distinction there is, but I'll tell you this much. I love single player games. I've always been a fan of single player games. I will always